Hello, my name is Eirelyn and welcome to my channel. I make reading vlogs, and for today's reading vlog, we are reading The Will of the Many by James Islington. And I am so excited. I've had this book on my shelf since my 20th birthday, which was in 2023. As most of the books I'm getting to now, I got in 2023. You will see a theme in most of my reading vlogs this year. But I'm so excited to read this one. I think it is like high fantasy. Might not have the correct term for this, but I believe it's high fantasy in a sense. And it's like Roman style? It's Roman or Greek, I don't know. But either way, I'm ready for it. I'm going through Epic the Musical withdrawals, and I think this will satiate that. I just reread the synopsis last night. I am so excited for this. This video will not contain spoilers for this book because it's the first book in a series, and I am trying to do a whole thing where I don't spoil any books this year in my reading vlogs, so I will be talking about generalized things that are happening. I'll maybe give like page numbers, so if you do have this book and you've read it and you want to refresh your memory while I'm talking, then you can go and see what I'm talking about. But yeah, we're gonna read this, and I'm very excited, and I am intrigued, and this will be the biggest book that I've read this year so far. But before we fully start reading, I wanted to talk a bit about my books, because I write books. I won't really go into much detail, but if you're interested in reading any of the books I write, the link to my website is down below, and I would love your support. Let's read this. I'm so excited. I'm so excited, but also terrified because it is chunky. So, let's take the dust jacket off. Eee, pretty. That is so pretty. Okay, and now I'll never put the dust jacket back on again, so let's read. I feel like I just spoiled myself by looking at the glossary in the back of the book for like a decent plot point, I think. I haven't even gotten past the first page, and I've already somehow spoiled myself. But I don't know what it means, so that's the good thing. Anyway, back to whatever Rolf is saying. Rolf? Because I just want to know how to pronounce Rolf's name. Here I am. I just finished the first chapter. 16 pages, and it took about an hour to read, only because there's a lot of information that I had to take in, and a few times I had to reread and flip to the glossary just so I could understand what was going on. But I'm so intrigued. Like, I don't really know if this is a spoiler, but like, they're taking criminals' will, which is what they call it, and it almost seems like their person's life force to give to other people to make those people live longer, and you have like different rankings of how many people give their will to one person, it seems. So like Rolf, his kind of boss, Viz's boss, is a Septimus, which you receive will from 8 people if you're a Septimus, is what it seems. So he works in a prison, and if there's like 8 people getting their wills taken, then those 8 people's will goes to one person, if that makes sense. I think I'm getting it. There's been a lot of flipping back and forth just to know how to pronounce names and stuff. I think I'm trying to avoid, when looking at names, the kind of like who they are to it, because it does have a bit of spoileringness to it, because like one of them, it's like, oh, what's this name, how do I pronounce it? But then if you look, it'll tell you that they're this character's sibling, which may not be revealed yet, so I don't want to overread. But I've never read a book by this author, and already his writing is so immersive. Like, I was in this prison, my brain was there, and I could visualize. There were a few words I had to look up because I didn't know what they meant, but like, I'm intrigued, I'm immersed, and I'm gonna keep reading. But I wanted to update after the first chapter because I am really enjoying it. It's just gonna take some time to understand what's happening. And I know that this I felt similar when reading Empire of the Vampire by Jay Kristoff for the first time. That took me 5 months to read because it was so hard for me to like understand the world. But if I use Storygraph and take like notes throughout reading, like about my questions, then it is easier to digest what's happening. So there is something I wrote down already that I am intrigued about. I don't think I'm going to mention it because I think it's going to be a big plot point, and I think it might connect to Viz's backstory. I hope I'm pronouncing this man's name right. Vis? It might be Vis. Is it Vis? Vis? I think it might be Vis. I don't know, Viz or Vis. It's one of them. And he's an orphan. So I think I'm just gonna hunker down and get through as much as I can, and I'll update you guys when I stop reading for the day to give like a general how I'm feeling. So I've just read 3 chapters. This man, he is 17 years old, but in my head, he is buff. I know he's not, but like, after this chapter just concluded, this man has got to be buff or have some ungodly, insane power to him. But I'm intrigued. So much is happening. I don't think what just happened is really good for him, but it's gonna be okay. There was this girl that was watching him, so I think she's gonna be important in some way. I feel like there's some hidden meaning to all of this. Like, there's, obviously we don't know his background or why he's in hiding and being a different person, but I think it has something to do with how he just won this fight. Also, I mainly started to record because why is this page blank? Like, why? Why not just start the next chapter on this? I don't get it. Anyway, I think I'm on chapter 6. It's all in Roman numerals, so I don't really know. But I don't think this is really spoilery at all, but I really wanted to share. Vermes, was it? Alkisor gazes at the large boy. Do you want to know why you haven't been adopted? Vermes blinks, looks lost at the question. It's because you're a deeply unpleasant child. This kid is 15, and this grown man is like, you're a terrible kid. Like, you are so unpleasant. I do not like you. I like Alkisor so far. Do I know if... He seems suspicious though, but I am liking his vibe. The vibes between Vis and Alkisor, gold. I'm loving it. And if this relationship gets ruined, I might be a little sad. Because... So, why am I here, father? Alkisor allows a smirk at that. Good question, son. I love it. I love the vibes. The fact that somebody created this world from their brain is insane to me. Like, I know I've created my fantasy world from my brain, but it doesn't seem like super, like, this is insane. Like, the amount of thought and planning that had to have gone into this is insane. Even just planning the, like, pyramid stuff. I still am grasping at trying to figure that out. The world building. The fact that somebody created this from their mind. Oh, lots of snow. Is insane. Like, this is a whole world. And even the way they're describing finding of locations in the world, being like, this is the location of what we know of the world so far and what we've discovered. I'm enjoying it, is all I can really say. And the vibes between these characters, they're good. They're vibrant. They're in my brain. I see it all. This is gonna be a long video. You laying on the book? No? Nope, 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 no. I'm 100 pages in, and I am really enjoying it so far. The world is so lush. Like, the amount of forests that there are, because it's from one point of view, so the main character is just describing the world around him, and it's really fun and beautiful. There's been reveals to things, like, we know his real name. I knew his real name because of the glossary, though. That's my only gripe, I guess, that I'm having at the moment is the glossary is revealing who certain people in the story are. Because if I went back to, like, this one's not a spoil, but Viridius, who is the principal of the academy, if I didn't know that, the glossary would spoil it. Same with, like, Alkisor, that would have been revealed. Like, when I went to see how to pronounce Viz's name, it's revealed. It literally says, the fake name he took up. And then you can see his other name in the glossary, and it goes, Viz's real name. And I'm like, why? That's the only thing that is slightly, like, it reveals certain plot points. And, like, I don't know the main plot. I don't know big reveals or anything based off of that, but it revealed, like, certain character things. Like, Alkisor has a brother, and it revealed that before it got to the point of the character actually revealing that. So that was kind of sad, because that would have been, like, a nice thing to piece together. Just because I wanted to know how to pronounce the characters' names, I got spoiled. But I'm 100 pages in. I think, as of now, what I think the plan for this video is I'm going to update every 100 pages with how things are progressing, unless there's, like, a really big moment that I want to briefly touch on without spoiling anything. But I'm really liking the characters. They are very vibrant in who they are and what they are. I enjoy that it's first person and not third person, because I think it adds to a view of this world of, like, who this character is and how they're going to view the hierarchy and the rebel group that is going against the hierarchy, and how they're kind of, like, in a mid area between that, where they don't really agree with the hierarchy, but they don't agree with the Angus people or whatever. So it's like it's a cool mix. And it's such a cool world, and I'm really enjoying it. But I'm going to keep reading, and I'll update you guys at 200 pages. I've reached 200 pages. So much has happened. It's like a few more pages in, but I'm going to be getting to, like, part 2 in the book. And, I don't know who to trust. I'm trusting Alkisor, but do I? I think I trust him. I trust him. Yes. And I'm so proud of myself because I predicted something. Obviously, I'm not going to say what I predicted, but I predicted, like, a backstory to a character. I was like, I knew it. Ooh, it was so good. It was so unexpected, because the way my brain thinks is, obviously they're not going to, like, do that, but then they do it. Like, the thing that should be obvious that I don't think they're going to do because it's so obvious then happens. And I like when books do that, but at the same time I'm like, what the heck? What do we do now? Because now that just happened, and that kind of messes with everything, and now Viz has to deal with the ramifications, but, like, nobody knows what actually happened because he has his secret identity, basically. And it's like, what? I have theories. I have so many theories. I have so many questions. This whole first chunk of book is, like, prologue is how it feels, where it's, like, training arc and giving you the information that you kind of need to put the mystery together, but then not enough where you can't. But, like, even if it gives you the piece of information, it's not gonna be enough to connect until you have another piece of information. I'm vibing. If I can get to 300 pages today, that would be great. I don't know, because it's taken me, like, 3 hours to read at least 60 pages. The words are small, though, guys. It's a lot of information that I'm trying to digest. Trying to balance wanting to read, but then also wanting to work on my own. It's tricky, especially when this book is chunky and videos have deadlines, you know? I'm not at 300 pages yet, but I just wanted to briefly talk about how the academy is structured and how it's kind of supposed to be a parallel to the society in the hierarchy, where you don't really talk above your, like, levels, I guess. So Viz is currently in class 7, and if he is mean or like rude to somebody in class 6, that's looked down upon because he is lower. So the one girl he's friends with, Iqua, she is in class 4 but can't really associate with him because that will look bad upon her whole class, which is really interesting because it kind of shows how hard it is to actually move up in society if you're already looked down upon for being lower, and if somebody higher up in society tries to talk to you, then you're like ostracized for it and will get bumped lower basically, which is really interesting. I just got to 300 pages and I have so many questions. None that I can share with you without spoiling stuff. I have theories, I have ideas, Viridius? Do not trust this man. Why are you carrying obsidian daggers? And 3 of them, to be specific. That was a good, oh, I hit the camera word. That was a good, section and introduction to the Academy so far. Obviously, I still have a lot to go with the Academy and whatnot, because I think the rest of the book, he's at the Academy. I have ideas, and I think, because there's something called the inductum, I'm probably saying it wrong. Oh, I'm saying it very wrong. It's the Eudicium. Not the inductum. The Eudicium. Eudicium? Eudicium? The Eudicium. The Eudicium. Yeah. It's like the final test for class 3 students. And I believe he's going to get to that point. And I feel like it's gonna mess with everything. But I also think people need to discover his secret identity. And there's something suspicious with Caldeus. I think I'm saying his name right. Caldeus. Okay, Caldeus. He has information, and I think he could discover Viz's identity. And then, what's his name? What's his name? What's your name, sir? And then Aiden. He is... I feel like he is in a very similar situation as Viz. So Viz might come to trust him. But Viridius is smart. They're all so smart. There's got to be a student that is like a secret agent, though, for Viridius. And that could be Caldeus. I feel like if you've never read like an epic fantasy before, this will be the most confusing book of your entire life. A twisty turn of events that I was not expecting. I'm on page 329 for anybody wondering about the twist that I just encountered. Oh, what is it? I just got to 400 pages. My brain hurts a little bit. The amount of information I've intaken over the past 4 hours of reading has been a lot. I think it's only taking me so long to read this book because the print is very small and it's a lot, and I'm writing in Storygraph my theories and ideas because I don't want to spoil things, so I can't fully share it with all of you. I have assumptions as to what the mystery of what's going on could possibly be. I'm not sure if it will get revealed in this book, though, just because there is a second book. There might be a third book. I don't know. So I'm trying to figure out if there will... I feel like there's got to be a reveal of some kind to what it is. And if not, the reveal will be who Viz actually is to everybody else. Because as the reader, we already know. I'm so intrigued. Iqua is concerning me a little bit. She's questioning too many things, and I understand Viz's stress because of it. I hope Viz and Amisha kiss. I hope I'm saying her name right. Oh, it's Amisha. You know what? Amisha. Yeah. I was kind of along the correct, because the mystery basically involves Alki Score's brother. So I feel like what Alki and his family have been told about what happened to his brother. Obviously, it's a lie. Like, that's very obvious. But I think based on what Viz has found, that's going to be what happened to him. Because it also happened to, oh my gosh, I'm gonna say her name wrong, to Lanistia. So, because she doesn't have memory. So if that does happen and they were able to heal her in some way, obviously she won't remember the experience. But then why would Viridius go through all the trouble of saving her? I got a lot of questions, but I'm really enjoying it. We have reached the 500-page mark, everybody. Applause. Applause, please. Stuff's happened. I can't share. I almost cried. I will say that much. Without spoiling stuff. The chunk of chapters that I read from 400 to 500 were very nice. I do not trust anybody. I mean, I trust Aiden and Callius. I think I'm saying his name wrong still. I don't care at this point. Amisa, little suspicious. Indal, little suspicious. Belly, little suspicious. Hopefully I'm pronouncing their names right. Well, we know Belly's suspicious, but I hope. Well, let me just make sure I'm pronouncing her name right. Belly? Yeah, no, Belly. Okay. Alki has kind of gotten on my nerves. Just a little bit. This man, I have theories. I have thoughts. None that I can share. But I'm enjoying it a lot. The way that this author describes landscapes, I just know where I am. Like, I have images in my brain. Because I write my books in first point of view, like first person. And to know that this book is written in first person, and it is so good, it gives me a little hope, a little inspiration. And I'm just, ooh, I am loving it. And I think I'll have a little book withdrawal when this series, well, when I'm done this one. Because I have to wait until September until the second one. Viz is a great character. It's amazing. I am about to enter the Indicium. I'm stressed. Aiden has stressed me out. It's gotta be what Viz found. Like, it's gotta be. How am I supposed to read when I have my little man, who's stolen my reading chair? Yoink. I'm being risky. Hello. Please don't bite. I just want to finish this book. I need the drama. I need the movie to finish in my head. Yeah? Okay. Oh, man, I'm being bitten again. I feel it important at this moment to just explain who I am visualizing in my brain because I just figured it out. And I don't know if it's because me and my boyfriend are currently watching the newest season of Invincible, but Viz is Mark and Caldius is William? His best friend is named William, right? Yeah. So that's kind of who I'm imagining in my head at this current moment in the book. I have so many questions right now. What? I don't think that word means harmony. I think it means something else, but he doesn't know how to translate it. I am so close to being done. Like, I am on page 591. I am 94% through this book. And whoever Viz is talking to right now, I think my theories have been correct. It's gotta be. There are direct word choices that are being used. And I feel like Amisa knows something and either knows that Viz's injury wasn't from the LP. He'll be okay! There's no way. No. I'm confused. So, I am in utter shock and disbelief. I don't need to have my bookmark in the book anymore. I finished it. I'm holding this cat light because I feel like it will illuminate my face better. I don't know if it's doing that. Maybe if it's over here? How does that look? I don't know. I am in shock. Holy cow. I was right about some things that I wrote down based off what secret messages and things were, I think. And holy cow. So I think if I have this right, there might be like 3 Vizes now. And, oh, wait, what the heck? What the heck? Wait, did he not say? Okay. 5 stars. Okay, let's talk about this. If I am to describe this book in any way, it is like Maze Runner meets Roman times with insane magic. I was wrong about some things. I'm still intrigued. It still could be him. Duplication. But why did they say... But why would they repeat synchronism is death? I have so many questions still. But this was insane. Oh, read this book. Read it. It is amazing. I cried. I don't know how to feel. I need the second book now. I need answers. Holy cow. This was good. And I am going to go through withdrawals now. Oh my goodness. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you have read this book, please let me know your thoughts and feelings and theories. Please put a spoiler though, just in case. But, oh, okay. But yeah, so this is where I take my leave, me and my glowing cat. I'll see you all in my next video. I hope you enjoyed. This was an amazing book. I think you all should read it. I'm gonna reread the last chapter though to see if I understand anything more. So, goodbye. Goodbye.